Just mention that. Just mention that in this mention.
Welcome. It is Wednesday, January 2nd, 2008. This is the organizational meeting of the City Council for the City of Yonkers. We're printing up more of these, but I believe everybody in the press, everybody on the council has one, the clerk has one, and we'll continue to print the revised vision. I asked the clerk to read the form.
Yes, sir. The code was dated December 28, 2007, pursuant to the provisions of Section 32 of the Second-Class Cities Law. The meeting of members of the City Council of the City of Yonkers will be held on Wednesday, January 2nd, 2008, at 9 a.m. in the City Council Chamber, City Hall, Yonkers, New York, for the following purpose: 1. To organize as the City Council of the City of Yonkers. 2. To determine and adopt rules of proceedings pursuant to the provisions of Section 34 of the Second-Class Cities Law, and to designate a majority leader and a minority leader. 3. To designate the official newspapers of the City of Yonkers. 4. All other organizational business. And the code was signed by the clerk, Joan Caroline.
Before you roll the roll, have all the oaths of office been filed?
They have, Mr. President.
Okay, we have to do something about that second-class cities law. Yonkers is becoming a first-class city, so thank you.
Council President Lesnick.
Here.
Councilmember McDowell. Here. Councilmember Rinaldi. Here. Councilmember Knatsky. Here. Councilmember McGloin.
Here.
Councilmember Burton.
Here.
Councilmember Barbado. Here.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. May I say a moment of silence? One of our party leaders in county legislators, Ken Jenkins, lost his father between now and the previous meeting, so stand please. Thank you. You made recognize everybody. This is our first meeting of the year. Joe Gillen obviously is our city clerk. Mark Constantine is sitting up here. Harvey Kaminsky, who's the counsel to the council majority, is sick, but we all wish him well, and we expect that he will return soon. Okay, you have the rules in front of you, and basically we made a few changes to the rules to just codify some of the things that were in practice and some of the things that we thought should be in practice, most of which revolve, second, I'll just go through the summary first when I get to go through the changes, but there's just a lot of email, web-based sort of stuff. In addition, there was an earlier draft circulating that had a fourth paragraph on page 1. That fourth paragraph is no longer there. Lastly, we have the names of the people in the committees, and I'll read them when I get there. Just wanted to stress that in this case, we have a few committees that are being co-chaired, and unlike the previous session where we had a chair and a co-chair, in this case, we have co-equal co-chairs. So that should just be clear. It's written in there as co-chair, co-chair. There is not precedence one over the other. They are co-equal co-chairs. So I'm going to read through what we've done, and then I'll take discussion. On page 1,
Mr. Leslie, it's not just a procedural question. Before we begin, I just want to clarify, and I did have a discussion with Mr. Constantine while we were waiting. But my understanding is that as we need to adopt these new rules for purposes of the meeting until the rules are adopted, we're essentially deeming the old rules to have carried over procedurally, so they're operating under the old rules. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the first item here is on the third paragraph, where we just added that the city clerk's office shall notify via email all council members and persons already registered to obtain advance notification of all council meetings, public hearing notice requested by the mayor, administration, and city council. In the past, the clerk didn't necessarily notice council members when the administration had public hearings. So we just wanted to clear that up. Then we go on to the fifth page, yes.
On that Rule 1, as you correctly pointed out, the draft that was handed to us this morning had a provision that provided that you would solely supervise the city clerk's office. I see that has been removed. I'm just wondering if you could explain why that was removed.
The current minority leader asked me to.
Perhaps you could explain why?
I deferred to the current minority leader. Yes, it was reported to him, so I took it out.
I'm just wondering if there was a particular reason.
Everything is a negotiation. That was a negotiating point, like many of the other things that were in rules, out of rules, and that one came out. On page 5, item 4.2, there was a provision that said that the material had to be in by the Monday before the Rules Committee, and there was no provision if that Monday was a holiday, so we just added that, saying that it's the preceding Friday by 12 noon. And then we get to page 8, Rule 8, where we made the minority leader and the majority leader. The majority leader is Sandy Anabi, the minority leader Liam McGloin. On page 9, under 9C, the standing committees. Again, this is where we get into the co-chairs. The budget and finance, we have Liam McGloin and Patricia as co-equal co-chairs. Municipal operations, we have Joan Granowski and Dee Barbato as co-equal co-chairs. For community services, we have Patricia McDowell. For education, we have Sandy Anabi. For real estate and economic development, myself and Patricia McDowell as co-equal co-chairs. For intergovernmental relations, myself. Legislation and code, Sandy Anabi. Franchises, Liam McGloin. Environmental policy and protection, Liam McGloin. We then go on